Good afternoon, everyone. Welcome to Karen's Kitchen. I'm going to put this down right away because I'm doing something on the stove today. This is a recipe I found on Pinterest. I know you're not going to be able to see me very well. Hi, good to see you. And I'm going to tell you what I have in my 12-inch Pampered Chef skillet. What I have in here is a sauce for the stir fry, which you make it. There's my daughter. You make it by using soy sauce, a cup of water, nutritional yeast, and of course the soy sauce I used was the Bragg's liquid aminos, garlic powder, onion powder, and turmeric. Hi, good to see you. So that's what's in this is what's in here right now, and I got to bring this to a boil. This is the sauce. I bring it to a boil first before I add anything else. I decided to use this pan because I thought it would be bigger than the 10-inch. The others might not fit too well. I gotta bring this to a boil, add in broccoli, and cook over high heat until broccoli is bright green. And I got me some frozen broccoli. There's 4 cups here, and that's what it takes, 4 cups. So I measured that out. Just one bag, about a 16 or I think it's a 16-ounce bag, 12-ounce bag. It ends up being, I think it's 16 ounce. It ends up being 4 cups in there. So I just, give or take a little bit shy. But I figured I left it sit out for a little while to kind of thaw out so it wouldn't be so hard to work with. I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to try to share this out while I'm going to ask for a share, and then I'm going to go ahead and share this out. It's kind of hard when it's upside down like this. Let me tell you, this is an awkward position to be in, but I'm going to do it anyway. I think I can get it done. This is because it's almost level. It's almost all the way down, almost. But you have to, in order to see my stove, I have to do this so you can see what I'm doing. Okay, my daughter looks like she's having problems already. What I'm trying to do is I'm trying to bring this to a boil. Probably could put it on high to get it started with, I suppose. Then I'll turn it down. And if you hear any noise in the background, hi, Benita. Marlene said she noticed something noisy the other day when she was watching my replay. That's my fan. I've got my fan going right now. So that's the only noise that you'll hear in the background because it's real close to me. So I want the fan blowing on me because we're 86 today. Hi, good to see you. Welcome. I'm stirring my sauce. This is the sauce for the stir fry. Mix it up in a bowl, and then I whisked it into a bowl, and I put it in here. And I'm just trying to stir it around just a little bit. But it's got to boil real quick. I think I could probably put the lid on too. Let me go put the lid on, see if that'll make it boil faster. If I can find it. Oh, here it is. Okay. Put it on. It might help it boil a little quicker. I got to learn that because sometimes the lid will help where others, it's going to break up steam and stuff. So anyway. This is a simple recipe. There's not a lot to it. You only have 4 cups of broccoli, 1 pepper, and a half a brick of tofu. I'm going to get it fixed up, and a half a brick of tofu, which you cut into cubes. So I cut that into cubes, and my red pepper, I just kind of diced it up a little bit. I didn't use the quick slice today. I didn't take the time. I just cut it with this knife, with the utility knife. Did the best job I could. But this is a simple recipe, not much to it, and I think anybody could make this because the tofu itself doesn't have any taste. But once you start adding all your turmeric and your nutritional yeast, which gives it that cheesy flavor, and add your garlic powder and your onion powder and all that to it. If anybody wants to know what's in the pan, I've got a cup of water in here. I have 1.5 tablespoons of nutritional yeast, 1.5 tablespoons of low sodium and soy sauce it calls for. Well, I'm using my Bragg's liquid aminos. Yeah, it does, Earlene. If I don't have some kind of fan or AC, it can get hot. But I'm going to have to get it fixed eventually. 1/4 teaspoon of garlic powder, 1/4 teaspoon of onion powder, and 1/4 teaspoon of turmeric. So now you can see this is Okay, this is coming to a boil. Putting a lid on really helped. Brought it to a boil. Okay, now, see, I guess that putting that lid on really did the trick. All right, into a boil. Pour into a large liquid. Add in broccoli and cook over high heat until broccoli is bright green. Okay. All right. Cook it over high heat. And I didn't cut the florets down or anything. I just left them the way they were. Yeah, he is. He's hot. Right now he's in here and he's laying under the kitchen table. He's trying to keep cool under the kitchen table. So I'm going to try to get this a bright green. I could have cut these down a little bit more, but I left it the way it is. So once they cook, it'll be a lot better. I just like to take because these were frozen, and I just took the florets and tossed them in here. I could probably cut this down a little bit if I want to, but I'm not going to use a knife. I don't want to use a knife in this skillet. But these were, like I said, these were frozen florets I had already, and I just, I think I'm going to put this lid on here and let it cook until it comes a real bright green. It has to be, it's a bright green, which it almost is right now, but you have to get it a dark green. You have to get a real dark green. And add in broccoli and cook with anything. Add in tofu and bell peppers and cook until broccoli turns a dark green color and the sauce is mostly evaporated. Okay, I'm going to put in the tofu. And those are cut into cubes. That's a half a brick of extra firm tofu. And then this is one pepper. One bell pepper. Pretty good size one at that. Wow, look at the colors. Look at the awesome colors. Wow. Isn't this an awesome, aren't these awesome colors? See, I'm going to cook this down until the sauce is mostly evaporated. So I'm going to put the lid back on this. This is going to be awesome. Yeah, they do. They follow me all over the place. Chewy's out here. When I'm out in the kitchen, he loves to be out here pretty much. He's under the table. He's watching me under the table, and she's laying on the couch trying to sleep. But she'll get right under my feet, and then I'll step on her, and I don't want to do that. So, okay, I'm going to put the lid on this. You can still be able to see it. Isn't that pretty colors, though? Welcome to everybody that's coming in. This is a, yeah, it is. Yes, it is. This is a broccoli, red pepper tofu scramble, stir fry, and I love stir fry. This, and as you can see, it's so colorful. Look at that. Isn't that awesome? Look at the colors. The colors are just very, 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 very pretty. Look at that. Very pretty. You got your tofu, and you got your broccoli, you got your red peppers. Makes it a real good color. And then your sauce, like I said, the sauce will cook down till it gets evaporated, and then everything. The broccoli might not be cooked up only to al dente, but that's fine. You know, it doesn't have to be cooked any more than that. I think it's pretty. I think it's really pretty. But I'm going to put the lid on this, and I'm going to put so that. Hi, Alex. Good to see you. Welcome. Welcome to everybody coming in. Thank you for coming in. This is a broccoli, red pepper tofu stir fry, Alex. You want to try it? Oh, I know. When I saw the recipe, I said, I've got to make this. This is simple. I know I said it wouldn't cook on the stove on a hot day, but this doesn't take very long to cook anyway. Ha! No, Alex, I didn't. Nope, I sure didn't. But I didn't plan on it anyway. I've got so much Pampered Chef now. I wouldn't know if I got one that much what to even get. So no, Erlene didn't either. It was Trisha. Trisha won. Oh, thank you, Alex, for the super hearts. No, Trisha did, and so it's awesome that she won. But look at my. Isn't that pretty? Look at that. What an awesome stir fry. You know, and this is a lot better than the stir fry you buy in the store. Oh, you were joking, yeah. This is a lot better than the stir fry you buy in the store because you make it yourself. And you can put anything in it you want. And this just has your mainly 3 ingredients. Oh, it came out fantastic. It absolutely did, and it tasted so delicious. Really delicious. It really did. It really, really did. It tasted better than what I buy in the store. And I know people are going to say, what? But it does taste a lot better than what I buy in the store. Because I know what I had in it. No chemicals and all that in there, you know. I'm just going to put the lid on so it can keep, so it'll cook better. And I'll lift the lid every once in a while so you can see it. But I do that so I know what I'm putting in my mouth, because you need to know what you're putting in your mouth before you put it in there. I think I'll put this up for now, and I'll show it to you when it's done. Anything you make, you want to make sure that you know what you're putting in your mouth before you put it in there. Because if you don't, you're going to be putting chemicals in your body that are going to harm you. Because of everything you buy in the store has got a lot of chemicals to it. The chemicals are no good for you. And they do that as preservatives, you know, but they put so many chemicals in there, and like my daughter said, carrageenan in ice cream, and you name it. It's terrible. It's really bad. I'm gonna turn this down just a little bit. I can't keep it on high, but turn it down a little. But it's really bad the way they put the preservatives in there, and they think that we don't notice. That's the problem. We don't notice, but I notice because I notice what good, because I always read the ingredient list. You have to, because if you don't read the ingredient list, you're going to put something in your mouth that you're not going to like afterwards. I mean, it might be okay going down, but what's it going to be when it, you know, after it gets down, you know? Oh, this is starting to cook up really nice, really nice. And I'm going to wait a little bit until the sauce is almost evaporated now, but I want to get the broccoli cooked a little. I think it's not supposed to be cooked solid anyway. It's almost evaporated, so I'm going to leave this go just a little bit longer, and then I'll show you the finished product. This is awesome. This is going to be an awesome stir fry. And like I said, tofu doesn't have a taste itself, but when you start adding other things to it, then it becomes quite tasty. Quite tasty. I've got a good tofu scramble that I make, which is awesome, and which is easy to make. I haven't made it in a long time. I need to go back and make it again. I love making tofu scramble. I'm trying to get something here. You don't mind. But I haven't made it in ages. I need to go back and make it again. But I like making things simple. I didn't want to spend hours upon hours sitting in my kitchen. And I've been resting up and fell asleep a little bit. So I got a little nap before I came in here. Going to the store kind of woke me up too a little bit. I'm going to get this out so I can put it up on the rack. Everybody knows these are for Pampered Chef. I love these racks because the ones you buy at Walmart are kind of small. I like these. I like it because this is raised up. Put it on this rack, the cooling rack, so you can see what it looks like. Now, so I don't want it to cool off so much, but I'm putting it up there so you can see what it looks like. Okay, I think I'm going to get ready to shut this off because the tofu or the stuff is almost mostly done right now. All right. Let me set it up here. I want to make sure it doesn't fall off. Okay, there. Now, what do you think of that? Look at the colors. Ain't that pretty? Look at that. Wow. So what does everybody think? Do you think that you would want to try this? I love stir fry, and when I can make it myself, I'm up for that. You know, I really am. Very much so. Look at the colors. It is so freaking colorful. I mean, I can hold this hold this with this on. Look at that. How colorful it really is. Look at all those colors. And it's awesome. And I know it's going to taste good. It really is. This is my lunch. I haven't had my lunch yet. I thought, well, this would make a nice stir fry, because I love stir fry. And like I said, I buy it at the store, but when I buy it at the store, it ends up having all those crazy chemicals in it. This way, it doesn't have the chemicals in it. I made it myself. Look, it's awesome. Isn't that awesome? I mean, I'm really pleased when some of these recipes turn out as well as they do. I'm going to cool this down just a little bit before I try to taste it because it's going to be awful hot. As you can see, everything looks so good. Welcome to everybody coming in, and thank you for coming in. This is going to be an awesome stir fry. And if you like stir fry, I would suggest trying this and see how you like it, because it's a lot simpler and a lot better for you than what you buy in the boxes in the store or the bags. They're in bags in the store. I used to buy the stir fry all the time when I was still eating meat, like a beef stir fry or chicken stir fry. I mean, it was good on the stove, but this is going to be a lot better. I mean, it's got your good properties to it too. You know, you got your broccoli, you got your tofu. Some people won't eat tofu. And then you got your red pepper, and you got all the stuff that made the sauce. What that does is that flavors it up and gives it a real good flavor. Everything is kind of like marinated in that sauce, and that's why you had to cook it down to get the sauce almost evaporated. As you can see, there's nothing left, and you want to get it evaporated. It cooks right through here. And it goes through the marinade, or marinates through the stir fry, and gives it a real good color. I'm really pleased with this. Hi Sharon, good to see you. You have to go back and watch the replay how I made this, because I made it already and it's done. It's getting sitting up here on my cooling rack so that you can see what it looks like. It's just got tofu in it, red peppers, and broccoli. And of course, I made a sauce before I made that. Well, yeah, I could, but I'm going to eat it just the way it is. Oh, yeah, you should. Oh, yes. Doesn't that, well, look at the colors. Isn't that awesome? They're so pretty. And the stir fry you buy in the store, it's not a very pretty color. You know, it doesn't have all the good properties in it. This has, of course, it's got your meat and stuff too. But here I'm not eating the meat. You just got your broccoli and your tofu, just a half a brick of tofu, extra firm. And then I cut it into cubes, put it in here, made the sauce. Oh, thank you. I try really hard, because if you want to stay on a plant-based diet, or you want to eat properly, you want to fix your own foods at all costs, anytime you can, because you don't want to buy stuff that's heavily processed, because that's just what it is, heavily processed, and it's got chemicals in it, and we know those chemicals are not good. The components of them, who knows what they are, and they're not, and they would not be good for you. So you don't want to put that kind of stuff in there. You don't want to put that kind of stuff in your body. So it's best to make something so that you know what you're putting in your mouth, and thinking about what you're putting in your mouth before you do it. Because most people will just start eating something and not thinking about what they're eating. They're living to eat instead of eating to live. There is a difference. If you're living to eat, then that means you have no control over your eating habits. You just eat anything and everything. Oh, is it acting silly again? Oh, good grief. Well, as long as it doesn't bump me off. So far, so good. But if you're living to eat, you're doing the wrong thing. You're supposed to eat to live, not live to eat. But unfortunately, people will live to eat. So therefore, they'll stuff themselves with all kinds of foods that aren't good for them. No matter what it might be. And I could say I'm a little guilty too, because you can start eating stuff that you like, your snacks like potato chips and pretzels, and you start eating and you know what they say, you can't eat just one. So then one leads to two, and two leads to three, and so forth and so on. You just can't stop, you know. Oh, thank you, I certainly will. And it's real easy to keep right on going. You know, they say you can't eat just one, and I'll attest to that, because I find it very hard to eat just one. Like one potato chip, one pretzel, you know, because you open up that bag and you just want to devouring them. Of course, like devouring a whole bag would be a little nonsensical, but depending on the size bag. If it's a great big family bag, no. But it is very hard just to eat one. This stir fry is going to be awesome to eat. I mean, this is going to be a healthy, wholesome meal for me. Since I don't eat supper and I just eat 2 meals a day, this is like a lunch and supper combination. It's really, really good. I like the colors. You got your green, you got your red, and the tofu's like the white. although it's not real white now because there's turmeric in there. But tofu doesn't have a flavor itself until you start adding things to it, like turmeric, nutritional yeast. With this got nutritional yeast in it, gives it that cheesy flavor. But who says you need meat stir fry? You don't need meat in stir fry. Your tofu can be replaceable meat as well. You have lentils, you have quinoa, you have tofu. You could probably use couscous too. Any of those things like that you could use in place of meat. You don't have to actually have actual meat. I like the looks of it. Hi, good to see you. Welcome. Here's my better not touch that. It's a little hot yet. Here's my. Look at that. Look at the colors of it. Isn't it pretty? This has got your 4 cups of broccoli in it, one red pepper, and a half a brick of tofu. It also has a sauce that's gone now. But the sauce is made using water, your garlic powder, onion powder, soy sauce, which I use Bragg's liquid aminos, and nutritional yeast, and you whisk it all together and you put it in the skillet and you get it to boiling first. And then once you got it boiling, then you add your broccoli, you add your tofu, you add your peppers, and you cook. And you add your broccoli first to get it a bright green color. Then you add everything else and then cook it down till the stuff is almost gone. As you can see, there's nothing left on that, and it cooks. I like it. I think it's very, very pretty. As you can see, the broccoli changed color. It's not as bright a green as it was. It's a little darker now. You want it a darker green. You want to cook it down until it's a darker green, and you want to cook it down. Cook until your sauce is almost gone, till it's eliminated. Let me go ahead. I gotta let Chewy out just a minute. To go out, but this is a simple recipe that I'm sure that everybody going to want to try to make. And don't worry about the tofu. People, like I said, it doesn't have a taste. You start adding everything to it, then that's when you have everything's flavored up nice. I'll have to get a fork in this and taste it too to see what it tastes like. And I will post this up on my vegan Facebook page as long as I don't eat it all up before I get there. I'm just going to try a little bit while I'm standing here, because I know this is going to taste good. Let me try this. Red pepper too. Absolutely. Very, very good. And that sauce sets it right off. I'm making this again. It is so freaking good. A very good meal. It's going to fill me up. And you know something? The broccoli is it's a little crispy, but not a lot. It's almost cooked completely through. And I like that, because I don't like anything al dente. I know somebody else might. But if you like a little crispiness to it, go right ahead. Yeah, because by the time you get done with this, it's going to be a little crispy anyway, because your sauce will slowly evaporate. You have it on high heat. You cook it down. But you want your sauce to evaporate. And as it's evaporating, it's marinating in all the flavors into your peppers, into your broccoli, and into your tofu. You only have, those are the 3 main ingredients in here. That's it, with the exception of the sauce. And I thought, well, how hard can this be to do a broccoli, tofu, red pepper stir fry? We only have 3 main ingredients. And then you just make your sauce and whisk that up into a bowl, and then add it first, cook it a little, get it boiling, and then add your broccoli till it becomes a bright green, and then you add the rest of it. This is awesome. This is the best tasting stir fry I've ever had. And I'm not kidding you. I am not kidding you. I will never, ever buy stir fry in the store again. I don't suggest anybody, you try this and you see how you like it. I think I can get this up now. Yeah, screw it. Look at that. Isn't that awesome? Look at those, look at the colors. I mean, it's just too, and this is so simple that it's very, very fragrant. The taste of it is magnificent, and I'm hoping that you guys will try this and see what you think of it. And I'm sure that Erlene will probably want to try it. I know my daughter said she might want to try it. This is an awesome stir fry. You never have to worry about buying the stir fry in the store again. You know, and if you can get tofu, I don't know if my daughter can find tofu where she's at. I know Walmart has the tofu now, and this takes extra firm. Just take a brick of it, cut it in half, put the rest back in the refrigerator. I've got enough left that I can, you know, another one I can make it again. I'll have to get another red pepper, but this is so awesome. This is really, really good. I suggest people try to make this and see what you think of it. Oh yeah. It's awesome. You'll keep that out. Well, you can if you want to, sweetie. If you want to keep the tofu out and just put the red pepper and broccoli in, you can maybe put another vegetable besides the tofu. Or if you want to keep the tofu out, and you want to use another vegetable in place of the tofu, you can go right ahead. You can Google it to see what. But I like tofu. It flavors things up when you start. Like I said, it's by itself. It doesn't have a flavor. But you start adding things to it, then it's no problem. Actually, it's not bad at all because it doesn't have a taste. So don't be afraid to use it because it has no taste whatsoever. You could put sugar snap peas in it too, right? Sugar snap peas would work great. Make your own stir fry. You don't have to have meat or anything. As you can see, this sauce came out nice. The sauce is gone now, cooked down to nothing. As you can see, there's no sauce left in here. See, it's completely gone. That's what you want. You want it all completely evaporated, and it's gone through all these veggies and given it the flavor it's got. This is awesome. It really is. I'm not going to tempt eat too much because I want to put it on my vegan Facebook page. Because I haven't posted any things the last few days. I want to get this up there. I forgot to put what I made the other day on Friday. I haven't put that up there yet. I've got the granola. I haven't put that up there yet. But I put it on Facebook. But yes, I did put it on Facebook, but I haven't put it on YouTube yet. But I'm definitely going to put this up on Facebook, and this is going to go on YouTube. This is an awesome, awesome meal. You can get filled up on this. Of course, if you got more than one person in your family, might not go very far. You may have to, maybe double the recipe or what have you. Hi, Lisa. Good to see you. Welcome. Here's my broccoli, pepper, tofu stir fry. Isn't that awesome? And I'll tell you what the sauce is made of. The sauce is gone, but it's permeated through all the veggies. The sauce is made with, I use 1 cup of water. Yes, it is. 1 cup of water, a tablespoon and a half of nutritional yeast, a tablespoon and a half of low sodium soy sauce, and the only thing I had was Bragg's liquid aminos, but it's not salty at all. And I found Bragg's liquid aminos at Walmart. So anybody that shops at Walmart and wants the Bragg's liquid aminos, they're starting to carry it now. So I buy it there now too. I think when I first bought it, though, I bought it at Amazon. And then a 1/4 of a teaspoon of garlic powder, onion powder, and turmeric. And that gives it the taste. The turmeric is what gives it the color. This is really good, Lisa. I've tried it already. It is a real good taste. The instructions tell you to take the half a brick of tofu and you cut it up into cubes. So I just cut it up into cubes. I halved it and then I cut them into cubes. I've already tried it, Lisa. This is my meal for today. This is my last meal of the day. This is an awesome meal. It really... Oh, thank you for the super hearts. Thank you, Lisa. You guys are awesome. This actually is a very good meal, Lisa. Hi, good to see you. Welcome. Thank you for coming in. Anybody that's just now coming in? Linda? Oh, you're parked for now? Linda, here is look at this. Doesn't this look good? A stir fry. It is tofu, pepper, red pepper, and broccoli stir fry, and then I made the sauce. Oh, it is delicious, Linda. I tried it while I was standing here, and it is awesome. The sauce is made with just a cup of water, and I'll tell you, it's got a cup of water, a tablespoon and a half of nutritional yeast, a tablespoon and a half of low sodium soy sauce. Well, I use Bragg's liquid aminos, and Not that's less sodium than some of the stuff I've seen in the store, because I looked at some of the ones that even have low sodium. They're more sodium than the Bragg's liquid aminos. So I said, forget that. One had something like 968 something on the sodium. That was about 40-some%. I said, whoa, that's supposed to be low sodium? I don't think so. This is only 13%. The Bragg's liquid amino, only 13% sodium. So that's low compared to some of them. Anyway, then I've got a 1/4 teaspoon of garlic powder, onion powder, and turmeric. Turmeric is a very good seasoning. You want turmeric because turmeric is what gives it that yellow color. And the nutritional yeast kinds of gives it that cheesy flavor. This is a lot better than what you buy in the store. I've used to buying the stir fry before, and sure, it's got a lot of chemicals. I mean, it tastes good, but it's got so many things in there you shouldn't be eating. So I decided, well, if I can find a stir fry, and I just stepped on this by accident because I was looking on Pinterest this morning for vegan recipes made easy, and I just kept looking and looking, and when that popped up, I saw that on the screen. I said, hey, I'm going to try this. And I looked at the ingredients, which I always do. I click on it to see how you make it and everything and what goes into it before I even think if I'm going to make it. So when I saw it, I said, yes, I'm going to make this, because this is simple to make, not much to it at all. Your main ingredients are your broccoli, 4 cups of broccoli, 1 red pepper, and a 1/2 brick of tofu. Those are the main ingredients. The rest is the sauce. So you see, it's not much to it at all. Simple to make and really done quick. Oh, really? Oh, Linda. Oh, that's awesome, though. That is awesome. When you're not used to eating vegan, Linda, it's going to seem awkward to you. It really is. It's going to seem awkward because you're not used to eating vegan because you're meat. But once you've tried it, you might like it. You know, some things are going to taste different than others. Now, I'll tell you, the hamburger helper I made the other day, it was awesome. It tasted better than what you buy in the store. And I'm going to make that again. It was so freaking good because all you have to have is the Beyond Meat crumbles or the griller crumbles or whatever, your vegan meat crumbles. Or they call for Gardein. But if you want to make the hamburger helper with your hamburger, you go right ahead and do that. I used to eat hamburger helper all the time. Now I can make it vegan. And it's awesome. Oh, it's Italian. Yeah, there is some Italian sausage out there, Linda, that is vegan. You'll find those sometimes, Linda, they're not going to taste exactly like you think they will. It's not going to taste exactly like real sausage, but you have to understand that it's not supposed to. But it's healthier for you. It's better for you than your real sausage would be. It was hard for me to understand that too. But once I started eating it, I realized it's not going to taste as perfect. Really? See, sometimes it happens. It does that, Linda. Yes, it can be vegan and still taste like meat. So there you go. You tried something vegan for the very first time. That's awesome. That is really awesome, Linda. But this would be good for vegans and non-vegans alike because it's got good, healthy things in it. Now, if you don't want to use tofu, you can probably put peas in it or any kind of vegetable that you want. My daughter doesn't particularly care for tofu, so you can change that around. But I use the tofu because I have tofu on hand as a tofu scramble, and I've made different recipes that have tofu in it. So this is awesome. I like the flavor of it. I'm not going to eat too much more because I want to put it on my page. Yeah, me too, Earlene. I'm going to, yeah. Anything that's vegan and tastes like meat. Even the vegan cheese that we make, Linda, tastes like cheese. Tastes like the cheddar cheese. It's really good. You can really make it your own, and spice it up. But the nutritional yeast has a real good, is real good for making things full of cheesy flavor. And I bought that on Amazon. I used like a nutritional yeast on Amazon. I bought it in a pound bag because I was out. And it's awesome because it gives it that cheesy flavor, so you don't have to worry about it, But I love cooking simple meals. It's very simple. It's very fast. It didn't take long for this to get done. As you can see, the sauce is all gone. You wanted it to evaporate. It's in the food. Oh, sure, I'll send it right through the phone. It tastes awesome. You'll have to try it for yourself to see what you think. Now, like I said, if you don't want to use tofu, if you don't like using tofu, then use another veggie, like sugar snap peas or plain peas or whatever. Make it your own stir fry, because they're meant to be tweaked to your liking. But I made it the way it called for, and I love it. I took a little bit of broccoli, the pepper, and tofu on a fork. Oh my goodness, that sauce just sets it right off. Without sauce in it, you have no flavor, but the sauce really did it good, because you put all the flavors of your sauce in there. Yeah, that's true. Broccoli is good for you. I used to, when I was living with my aunt, she raised my brother and I. She took us in. She'd fix a lot of broccoli with cheese. I love broccoli with cheese, because she'd melt the cheese over the top. Of course, that's before I became a vegan, a Seventh-day Adventist. I was still a Lutheran at the time, and it was so good. Well, now I can make vegan and cheddar cheese soup, and make my own cheese sauce and put that in it, and it's just as good as what she made herself. Broccoli is very good for you. Now, I didn't eat much broccoli after I got married. Didn't serve it because my husband didn't like it. I'm not sure if my son does. I'm sure my daughter does, but he did not like broccoli, so I couldn't serve that or cauliflower. So now that I'm by myself, yes, they do, sweetie. I do buy tofurkey. Tofurkey is absolutely good. I put it on sandwiches and stuff. Yes, you can get tofurkey. I buy the little deli slices. That's tofurkey, and they're real good too for sandwiches. And put vegan cheese on it. Oh yes, it is. What I did is got the sauce in here. Made the sauce first. Whisked it up in a bowl. Put it in here and got the sauce to boiling. After I got the sauce to boiling, then I put the a broccoli in here, and it had to be a bright green color. So I put it in there a little bit just to get it a bright green color, like you're steaming it a little bit. Then after I did that, then I put the tofu in there, and then I put the peppers in there, and I put the lid on it. So all those flavors would go together, because you had to cook it long enough to get the sauce evaporated. Good to see you. Yes, here's look at this. This is awesome. This is the best tasting stir fry I've ever had. I can touch this now because the pan is nice and cool. But this is the best stir fry I've ever had. It is better than what you buy in the store. Now, my daughter was questioning the tofu. She doesn't care for tofu. Yeah, it is. I'm a vegan, but vegetarians can eat this too. Non-vegans can eat this as well, if you're not non-vegan, because it just has your red peppers in it, broccoli, and a half a brick of extra firm tofu. But if you don't want to use tofu, feel free to put another veggie in there instead. But I wouldn't suggest leaving the sauce out, because the sauce is what gives it the flavor that it has in it. Because it takes your low sodium soy sauce. If you're not a vegan and you want to use the low sodium soy sauce like Kikkoman, you can do that too. But it takes nutritional yeast, it takes garlic powder, onion powder, it takes turmeric, and a cup of water. And I just whisked it all together in a bowl. And I'll put that in ingredient list up on my Facebook page and tell you how to make it. Whisked it in a bowl, and then I put it in the skillet and got it to boiling first. Then I put the broccoli in there until it became a bright green color. Because you know with broccoli, when you get it, it's not a bright green color. So as it got become a bright green color, then I added the tofu and the red pepper, put the lid on it, and let it cook until the sauce was evaporated. And this is what I've got. Because the sauce is what gives it the flavor. So you ought to try this. Oh my goodness. I can't believe that I actually made something that I can actually eat and I like. You know, so many things that I make sometimes don't turn out very well. I don't like them afterwards, but I love this. Oh, I really, really do. And I think that if somebody would start eating this, you'd like it too. Of course, you might question the tofu, but you can put another vegetable in there instead of the tofu. But tofu itself does not have a flavor, let me tell you. But once you add it to the red peppers, and you add it to the broccoli, and you have the sauce in there, then you're going to have a good flavor out of it. And it's going to taste good. So I hope that you guys will give this a try. I'll post this up on my vegan page. I know people will want to try it. I like it because it's something simple. But look at the colors. Isn't that awesome? Very, very colorful. And it's just, Oh, I mean, the broccoli is a little crispy, but it's done enough that it's a good flavor. You can see that. It's just, it's awesome. I really like this. I'm really pleased with this recipe. And I'm glad I found it on Pinterest. I mean, I was just going, as I normally do, just trying to find vegan recipes, plant-based, and I was just going along and looking at recipes, and I come across this one, and I said, well, I wonder what this is about. So I clicked on it so I could see what goes in it, how you make it, because that's how I do it first. I want to see what goes in it and how you make it before I even think about making it. So once I saw that, I said, I'm going to print this out, and I'm going to make this for today for lunch, because it's awesome. It is so good. I tried it. I gave it one taste, and I'm up for it, man. I love it. I'm going to make this again. I'll probably make it a lot. I just have to keep some red peppers on hand. And I think they use red peppers because you can see it's more colorful. If you use yellow or orange, it wouldn't be as colorful. But the red peppers with the green broccoli, oh, man. So I'll have to go back and get some red peppers. I just bought one red pepper in the package. I'll have to get me some more. Right. Oh, this is something totally new. I've always, before I became vegan, went vegan, I would eat stir fry. And I loved the stir fry. But it didn't really love me that well. And I had to stop eating it because I went vegan and I couldn't eat the meat in that anymore. So when I came across this stir fry that doesn't have any meat in it, and it's just got veggies, I thought, well, I can do this because I use tofu a lot for different things. I make tofu patties. I make tofu scrambled. Tofu gets in a lot of things go into the blender. I thought this is simple enough to make, and I know Erlene probably would want to try this too. I mean, it's awesome. It's mouth-watering. Now, I don't know if Bruce or Brandon will eat it, Erlene. Bruce might, but I'm not sure Brandon will. But he might take one bite of this and say, I like it. And you think you may not like it. You may not like the tofu, and you may not like it in here, but once you take one bite of it, you'll say, this isn't bad at all. Because the tofu, you get it out of the package, it doesn't have any flavor. There's no flavor, but put it with other things, and you still can't taste the tofu, but that's what makes it grand, because you can put everything together, and you can see the tofu is flavored up now a little bit with the turmeric. You're still eating leftovers? I bet you made a lot of them too, Erlene. I really don't have any leftovers. My hamburger helper I ate it up. It was so good. I'll be making that again. But I like making new things because it's simple to make, very simple. And the hamburger helper was made in the Instapot or made in my quick cooker, but it was so easy to make. But if you like simple recipes and you don't like to spend a lot of time in the kitchen, which I don't like to spend a lot of time cooking, especially in the summertime, this was ideal because you saw me. I didn't take long to fix this at all. It's sitting here good and done. It's getting a little on the cool side, but that's all right. This will still be good anyway. It's awesome. And I'm sure you're going to like it because I'll be anxious to get this up on my vegan page. If you want to take a picture of this, there's no picture of that's just the recipe. If you want to take a screenshot of this, you can, but I'm going to post it up on my vegan page anyway. And I just printed it out, and it tells you exactly what is in it. Very simple to make. If you're done, I can put this down now, but it's very simple to make. I'll post it up on my page with the picture of the recipe. I'm sure a lot of people are going to say, wow. I don't know. You know what? I give this a 10. If I could give it more than a 10, I'd give it a 20. I'd give it a 30. It's so good. That's what I do. I give this a 10 and above because every time I post on my vegan page, I'll ask the question, on a scale from 0 to 10, would you make this? Most people will say they give it a 10. I absolutely give this a 10 and above. Oh my goodness. This is awesome. And I'm not saying that because I made it. I'm saying it because it tastes good. If it didn't taste good, I would tell you so. But it absolutely is marvelous. And the hamburger helper, somebody asked about the hamburger helper. It was so freaking good. I couldn't believe that I was actually eating hamburger helper, vegan hamburger helper. I said, I am going to make that again because I have everything here I need to make for it. Oh, it's just awesome because I keep that stuff on hand like the Beyond Meat. I buy that and stuff. So this is an awesome meal, and I'm sure that people are going to love this when they start fixing it. Doesn't take long to make it. Hi, Natasha. Good to see you. Welcome. Look at that. Look at the beautiful colors. Isn't that awesome? Just awesome, and it tastes marvelous. I can't say anything better about it. I mean, it's got awesome properties to it. This is a good stir fry. If you're like me and you like stir fry, which I do, and I just don't want to buy the stir fries in the store. Oh, good, Linda. I'm glad. Yes, it is stir fry. It is a stir fry. It's got 4 cups of broccoli, 1 red pepper, and a half a brick of extra firm tofu cut into cubes. So I got all the water out of it, put the other half in the refrigerator. Actually, I cut it in half, and I didn't take the water out of the other half. I left the water in. I just cut it in half, wrapped it up in a Scotch towel, and left it sit for a while to get all the water out of it. Then I cut it into half again, and I cubed it, because that's what they said, to have cubes. What I did is I made a sauce, and this is what the sauce consists of. Very simple ingredients. I don't know where you can find the nutritional yeast. You probably find it at Trader Joe's. Amazon sells it. That's where I got mine. But it takes 1 cup of water. Oh, good for you, Linda. So you had something vegan and didn't even know it. Anyway, 1 cup of water. Then you got a teaspoon or a tablespoon and a half of nutritional yeast, of low sodium soy sauce, which I use Bragg's liquid aminos, and a 1/4 teaspoon of garlic powder, onion powder, and turmeric. That makes the sauce. You whisk that all together into a bowl. Yeah, the Bragg's liquid aminos. They have the liquid aminos. You whisk your sauce into a bowl, and you put it in your pan, and get your pan hot. Good to see you. Welcome. You get your pan hot. Put it in your pan. Get your sauce to boiling. Then after you get your sauce to boiling, then you put in your broccoli and let it cook down for a little bit until it gets a bright green color, which doesn't take just a little bit. And then I added the tofu and the red peppers, put a lid on it, and let it cook down until the sauce is evaporated. And this is what you end up with. This is a 12-inch Pampered Chef skillet. I take that back. There's a 6-piece Pampered Chef's cookware set. This does not come with it. This is separate. I had to buy this. I remember it was $100 and some for it. But no, this is a Pampered Chef. And what I like about it, if anybody wants to see, you can take the lid off. You can do like this. It's like a 2-step process. You go back like this. If I can do it now, while I'm on camera, see, and you just pull it right off. Because these are not oven friendly, but the pan is. The pan is oven friendly. You can put this in your oven, but these are not. You got to take these off, and then you turn right around and you put it right back on again. Oh, well, I guess I didn't quite make it. Let me go get. I don't know where it dropped. Oh, here it is. I don't know where it dropped to now. Oh well, my pan's cooled off, so I've got other handles. I guess I didn't. My dog's. Oh, here it is. Here it is. Let me wash it off in and out. That was funny. Well, that was a big flop. Yeah, I thought I had it and I didn't. Okay, I'll try this again. Okay, then you got this here, and this, you pull both of these back. Now, if I can do it, sometimes it can be tricky. You pull both of these back. There, I got it. Pull them both back. Stick it on here, and then let it go. See, I thought I had it on there. Hi, Dad. Good to see you. Here is my awesome, colorful stir fry. Isn't this beautiful? And this actually tastes so freaking good. This tastes better than the stir fry you buy in the store. It is. I had some because you make a sauce using soy sauce, your water, nutritional yeast, garlic powder, onion powder, and turmeric, and you whisk it together in a bowl and put it in your skillet. Get the sauce to boiling. Put your broccoli in there. so that it can turn a bright green. And after it turns a bright green, then you put your half a brick of tofu cut into cubes, and then your 1 red pepper, and cook it down. I put the lid on it and let the sauce evaporate, and this is what you get. This is awesome. It is so good. The sauce is what gives it the flavor. Without the sauce in it, it would not be have a flavor at all. But the sauce gives it the real good flavor. So I think that people will be willing to try this. Very simple to make. Very simple because there isn't much to it. I see Crystal's in here. Hi, Crystal. I didn't see you. Welcome. This is so simple to make. With one pepper, 4 cups of broccoli. Now, what I used was broccoli florets, frozen broccoli florets. I thought that would be a lot simpler to use. What I did is I bought some today because I didn't have quite enough. Or I thought I didn't. I did. So I put the rest of it back in the freezer. Anyway, I left it sit out for a little while to kind of melt so it wouldn't be completely solid when I put it in the pan. And that made it a lot better. I just buy the frozen florets, and I think that's what Arlene does too. Bought the frozen florets, and it works because it's a lot simpler to do that than buy a head of broccoli and cut the florets up. It takes a lot longer to do. I just buy the frozen ones and be done with it. And it worked fine. Look, I mean, this looks awesome. Look at the colors. Wow. I mean, it's so colorful. I can't believe how pretty it is. Good snacks that you can eat if you're diabetic. You know something I couldn't tell you since I've never been diabetic. Maybe somebody in here can help you with that. The only thing I can tell you to do is maybe do some research, do a Google and ask, go on Google and see if you can find something. Because I don't want to tell you the wrong thing. Since I've never been diabetic, I don't know. I know you got to limit your sugar intake. That I know. So best thing you can do is probably just go and do a research on it in Google to find out. I tried cauliflower nachos. Wow. Don't those sound good? Those sound good too. But you know, here Linda had vegan sausage and didn't even know it was vegan. And she said it tasted just like meat. Sometimes the vegan stuff does. It'll taste just like meat. The cheese sauce that Arlene and I make does taste just like regular cheese. It's awesome how it tastes like cheese. But it does. You just prepare it. You take some potatoes and carrots and you put them up in the Vitamix. Oh, good. Let me close this door because I like you come back in. But you have to be willing to experiment. Take these recipes that you find, tweak them. If you don't want to use tofu, then use another veggie or 2 or whatever you want. Like my daughter, she might use some sugar snap peas because she doesn't like to use. She wouldn't want to try the tofu. Don't be afraid to try tofu. You can try it once, and if you don't like it, then you have to get it again. But Walmart's starting to carry the tofu, so I buy it there. It makes it a lot simpler. I don't have to run all over the place to find everything. You know, they're selling. I wish they sold the nutritional yeast, but they don't sell it. The one store I go to, Winco Foods, they do have nutritional yeast. Fred Meyer has nutritional yeast, I believe. I've seen it there. Most of the stuff I buy at Amazon. If you can't find something in the store, you can always find it through Amazon. But if you have a Whole Foods in your area or a Trader Joe's, which I have both, but I've never been to them per se, then you can get it there. To a different place. Oh my goodness, Early. You go all over the place. Brandon and his Pokemon Go. Well, you know, we just have to pray for him. Hopefully someday he'll get rid of that Pokemon because he doesn't realize it's not good. But anyway, at least I'm glad you came in here because I wanted people to see that you can make a good stir fry and it be simple, healthy, and something that tastes good. Like I said, I've made recipes before that didn't taste very good, and I didn't make them again. I ate a little bit of it and tossed it out because it would be too spicy or some such thing as that. Oh, he's being social. Okay. But if I like something, I will tell you that I like it, and I'll make it again. Like the hamburger helper, I loved it. I should have put less chili powder in it than I did. It was a little hot, but it was still good. So next time I'm going to leave the chili powder out, I think. I'm not going to put it in there. Yes. Yes, Pokemon is, yes. Pokemon should not be played. It is demonic. But you know, a lot of people don't know that. But he has. I think he doesn't know it. She just lets him play it. Maybe he'll give it up someday himself. But anyway, feel free to try different recipes. See how you like them. Tweak them to your liking. And if you don't like them, maybe there might have been an ingredient or two that you could have added to it or could have left out. Then try something else. No, he doesn't. He doesn't understand. You're right. He doesn't. Because of him being autistic, no, he doesn't understand. So she lets him play it, and that's fine. Yeah, it's okay. Yeah, he's playing to have fun. That's right. That's right. Yeah. Oh, yes. Yeah, none of us give out on social media. Just in passing, I did that and it bit me in the hind end. So I had to do something about it. So whatever you do, do not ever give out your anything, phone number, anything on here. If you want somebody to have something or you want something from somebody, you instant message them. And make sure it's not somebody following you on there that can get a hold of it. Do it that way. Do not give it out on here. Because I made that mistake and it came back to bite me in the butt. It's been rectified now, so there's no problem there. But you got to be awful careful. You don't give because our personal information is our personal information. I had a phone call on Friday. I was getting my lunch out at the time, and some lady called, and of course she was recording the phone call. She says this call is being recorded, and I didn't say anything about it being recorded, although I don't understand why they record it without even asking our permission, because they're supposed to ask our permission for the record, because that can be against the law. Anyway, she asked if it was me, if I was certain if I was Karen Watterson. I said sure. And I won't give my address out on here in case there's somebody listening that is trying to get my information. Anyway, she asked for my address, and I says yes, that's my address. But why are you calling me, and what's this about? She insisted on getting more of my personal information. I said, now listen here, how you got my... She quoted back my personal information to me. And I says, how did you get my personal information? She wouldn't tell me. And I says, well, since you're not going to tell me who you are, why you're calling, you're done. And I hung up on her and I blocked the number. Yes, I blocked the number. Because they do that. These scammers on phone will do the same thing. If they ever come on there and say this phone call is being recorded, you tell them. And I have done this before. Somebody told me one time the phone call is recorded, and I told him, I says, I did not give you permission to record me. And I says, this is against the law. He says, oh, I'll stop. But it wasn't anything he wanted to do anything with, because it was a scam phone call anyway. Because I read something on the about it, that when they say that they're is being recorded, that we're on a recorded line, can you hear me? And if you say yes, that means you're agreeing to everything after that they say to you. You are agreeing to something that you don't intend to buy or something. So I never say anything. When they ask me if I can hear them, I say, well, I didn't ask you to record me, and I tell them goodbye, and I hang up. You never say yes, you can hear them, because they will come back and make you that you've agreed to everything they say. So they may be trying to push something on you, something that you don't want, that you've already agreed to it. So you've got to be mighty, mighty careful. I read that somewhere on the internet, I think it was, and I was glad that I read that information, because, or did I see it on a news article on Facebook? I may have seen it on a news article too, a video. They say you never say yes, you can hear them, because you're agreeing to everything. So I'm warning anybody, if you do get those kind of calls, be aware of it. Now I have RoboKiller on my phone, which they do a very good job catching most of the spam calls. And they are set up with robots. Robots will talk back to them. And these people probably go crazy because they don't have a robots. There's one that's a Southern Belle, and she is absolutely hilarious. I've got that. You can set up any of those robots that they have. You just pick and choose whichever one. I think I got 5 or 6 I've chosen. And the Southern Belle one is so funny because she talks about pigs and everything else, and she is hilarious. And they probably go nuts when they hear these robots talking to them, because they think they're talking to an actual person, and this person's not even communicating with them. That, oh, did I hear what you said? Awesome, and stuff like that. And she's so funny. It's hilarious. Of course, I got one where the phone call's been disconnected. They probably don't believe that either. But you can pick your own robots. Now you do have to pay for RoboKiller, but it's money well spent. Let me tell you, because I have been kept from. In fact, a lot of robocalls will come through when I'm here on Periscope. It'll come up at the top though that they just block a robocall, and I can go back and listen to the message. Some of them will leave a message, some don't. But it's very simple to have something on your phone that you can catch these people at their game, because you know something, it's getting worse and worse and worse. They're always looking for your private information, your personal information. That's what took the lady on Friday. That's my information. You have no right to it. Yeah, right. You don't answer your phone. Well, that's smart, Erlene. Well, what it is with RoboKiller is when somebody tries to call my phone, it does not ring to my house. It does not ring to my phone. It stops, and I'll get a notification saying a RoboKiller blocked a call from such and such. So it never even comes to me. I don't hear the phone call, so I don't get to answer it or nothing. It's already been answered by the robots. They take care of it. That's what RoboKiller does. And I have seen that RoboKiller. It has been on news shows. The RoboKiller is the best robot thing that you can have to stop these callers. That is the best, because they've even said that it's the best. And I'm glad I bought it. But that's how it works. When you get a and I've been on here already. I haven't today, but when I've been here already, a thing will pop up at the top on my screen saying RoboKiller blocked a spam call or whatever it was, and it gives the number. And I go back and listen to see if there's a message. And I've got another thing on my phone called Hiya. And I paid for that too, where I can block numbers through that. Because if RoboKiller doesn't catch it, then I can block it through Hiya, and that stops them too. So you got to be very aware. And Erlene's right, don't answer your phone, because you never know who's going to be on the other end. A lot of them I accept because I never know if it's somebody I need to talk to. But sometimes, there's a lot. Like I said, there's a lot of scam calls out there. One that you must be aware of, and let me get some water first. There is one out there that you must be aware of, and it's a bad one, and that's the IRS. There's an IRS scam going on their phone that they'll claim that you owe them money. Do not fall for it. My daughter got one a while back, and she was petrified. She was scared to death. My ex-husband got one, and he told me about it. I said, that's a scam. They do not call you. They never call you. The way they get a contact with you is mail. Snail mail. That's how they contact you. They never call you, period. So if anybody calls and says they're from the IRS, don't believe it. Microsoft is another one. I've had somebody call me one time and says, oh, we found a virus or something on your computer. I hung up immediately because I knew it was a scam, because there was no virus on my computer. Because, when you talk to them, you're giving them permission to take over your computer, and who knows what they'll do to it, because they can take over your computer remotely and mess it all up. So be aware of the scams out there. Now, there are a lot of scams that you'll see on YouTube. There's this one I follow that nips the scammers in the bud. He calls their ones from India, Jamaica, or whatever, and they claim they're in the United States, but they'll use an American name, but they're Indian. They can't hardly speak a word of English, and he gets them and nips them in the bud, and it's so funny to listen to him, because he really gets them right where he wants them, and he tells them, you scammer, you. So you got to be very, very careful who you talk to, and don't give out any private. And that person that said don't give your private information out here, you're absolutely right. Do not give it out on social media. I made that mistake and verbally did, and it come back to bite me. But I'll never do that again. I realize now that I shouldn't have done that. It was my fault, but I fixed it. But you got to be so careful, because there are a lot of people out there identity theft, and my goodness, they'll steal your identity, and what have you got? Nothing. So you don't want that. You got to be very careful. So please do not ask for anybody's information on here. Private message them. If you want their information, you instant message them, or iMessage them, or something where it's done in private. Nobody else can see it. But don't do it on here, because I've seen people that will come on here and post phone numbers. maybe not on mine, but other Periscopes will post phone numbers. And I tell them, don't do that in here. That's dangerous. Do not give your phone number out on here. You don't do that at all. You got to be so careful. And I do not have the location on. I used to have the location on my Periscope. I do not have the location on anymore because that was somebody had used my location against me too. So I started turning the location off because they knew all about me. They knew all about my family. And I said, oh no, I can't have that anymore. So I turned the location completely off. So people do not know where I'm at, and I'm not going to tell them. I'm just in the state of Oregon. That's all they need to know. You know. So you turn your location off, so it won't pinpoint. Hi, good to see you. Welcome. You give your information out. Yeah, you're not very smart giving your information on here because it's going to come in the back and bite you in the butt. Let me tell you. Right. That person that said they give their information on here all the time. You're not very smart. Do not do that. Please do not give your information on here because you're going to somebody is going to get a hold of it that you don't want to get a hold of it, and you're going to run into problems. Because I did. I had a stalker. That used it against me. So please, for your own safety, do not give information on here because somebody's going to get a hold of it that is going to use it against you, and you do not want that. Since then, my stalker has left me alone because I changed everything I needed to change. That's what you need to do. Linda's been having problems, but all we need to do is we need to start taking care of these situations. Don't give your information out anywhere. Not even what your usernames and passwords. Definitely not your usernames and passwords. But nobody knows my Instagram but me. My daughter does, my family. But nobody in here is going to know my Instagram. If they want to know my Instagram information, I'll message you, but I will not do it on here. You're right. Yeah, that's the problem. They look up your name and everything's there. Everything is there. They have to look up your name, but they get all your information. But it's sad that people hold that your information against you. But it's best not to give any information out. I've been pretty lucky because I haven't had any problem otherwise. So just a little bit here and a little bit there, and my daughter already knows about that, and I won't go into detail. But you got to be so careful. Just be careful and don't give your private information out because it's what it is. It's private. Nobody needs to know your personal information. That's not for them to know. Just like that one that called me on Friday, had my personal information. That's what kind of got me. I said, well, how'd you get my personal information? She wouldn't even tell me how she got it. I don't know how she's getting it because I'm not signing up with things on the internet. I'm only looking on things on Pinterest and stuff and going on YouTube. How are they getting my... And something, spam emails is another thing. Oh my goodness. 65, 75 emails I was getting. Spam emails. Holy cow, I couldn't keep up with all of those emails. Whoa, it was horrible. Oh, but you got to be so careful, But anyway, I'm going to have to go pretty quick because I got to eat this because it's getting cold. But I'll leave this as my final shot. But you can see this is a very good thing to try, and I'm going to post it up on my vegan Facebook page, so feel free to try it. And tell me how you like it, okay? So I'm going to go for now so I can go ahead and eat this, and I'll post this up on my page. I'll take a picture of it first before I eat it because I can't take a picture of it after I eat it. No, I don't. I don't need real meat. I do not need real meat. And don't tell me I do need real meat. I'm a vegan. I'm sorry. I do not. Nobody's going to tell me I need real meat. I don't need real meat, and neither do you. I'll tell you frankly, you do not need real meat. If you think you do, you're sadly mistaken. You don't. But that's neither here nor there. I'm not going to force you to stop eating meat. But you're not going to tell me to start eating meat. I'm not going to go up. I haven't been doing it for over 2 years, and I'm healthy. I'm over 50 pounds. I lost over 50 pounds, so there's got to be something to it. Going on a plant-based diet like this is healthy, very, very simple to make. And hi, Fiola. I was just getting ready to go off, but you can see this is a very simple recipe. It looks nice. You're going to have to go back in my replay and see how I made it. And I'm going to post up on my vegan Facebook page, and I'll tell you what it's in it, what it's got in it. Since you just came in, Fiola, it has 1 red pepper. It's got 4 cups of broccoli, and I use the broccoli florets you get in the freezer. Just take out what I need, put the rest back. And 1/2 of a brick of extra firm tofu. Okay, thank you. 1/2 a brick of firm tofu, and then you just cut it into cubes. And then for the sauce, it takes 1 cup of water, a tablespoon and a half of nutritional yeast, a tablespoon and a half of low sodium soy sauce. Now I use Bragg's liquid aminos, which is a soy sauce alternative. I use that instead. And a 1/4 teaspoon of onion powder, garlic powder, and turmeric. And right now, Walmart is starting to carry the Bragg's liquid aminos. So if you want liquid aminos there, you can buy it there. I was surprised because I buy mine through Amazon, I think, but I started seeing that they are carrying it now too. Oh, you'll love it! I've already had a taste of it, and I didn't want to eat any more because I want to post this up on my page. But it is awesome. The sauce tops it off, because without the sauce, it would have no flavor. But the sauce permeates through the whole works, and it's so good. And in case you didn't know, this is a Pampered Chef, the 12-inch Pampered Chef pan. The Pampered Chef skillet. I had to buy this because it doesn't come with the set. There's a 6-piece cookware set, and this does not come with it. It comes with an 8-inch, a 10-inch, and your stock pot, if you want to call it, with some lids. That's all. It's a 6-piece. This you have to buy separately. I don't know why. I wish they would come with it, but it didn't. But I love this skillet. I use this whenever I have tofu scrambled and stuff like this. It works fine. But anyway, I'm going to make this my final shot. So I'm hoping that you all try it. And tell me what you think when you try it. I'll post it up on my Facebook page. I'll take a picture of it immediately. And so I have the picture. And I'll eat this. I'll post it up there. And I'll let people see what it's all about. So with that being said, I hope you all have a great and marvelous day. And until we meet again, take care. God bless you. Bye-bye. And thank you for coming in. The live viewers as well as the replay viewers. You guys are awesome. Thank you for the hearts and super hearts. You guys are amazing. I love every one of you. And thank you so much for being my followers. And I'll be back again tomorrow. Take care.